What is up, guys? It's Doodoo Poker here, back for another video. Today we are going to be breaking down the triple barrel line in small blind versus big blind from the big blind's perspective. So the big blind is getting triple barreled. Now, I have a hand history for this lesson, and part of the reason why I make these videos is because sometimes I make mistakes, like all poker players, and I want to learn from my mistakes. Making videos helps me learn, and hopefully it helps you guys too. So let's take a look at this hand where I made a mistake. In this hand, I have Queen 10 of spades. I am in the big blind, and the small blind's a reg. He RFIs 3x, and I call pre-flop. The flop comes King of Hearts, Jack of Clubs, 8 of Clubs. Let's follow along in the solver. And my opponent c-bet 75% on the flop. Really nothing else to do except call. You could raise, but I prefer calling. On the turn, an 8 of diamonds comes. Now again, my opponent bets 75%, and Queen 10 is mixed, and I decide to call. Now the river is the important point. A 3 of hearts comes, and again, my opponent bets 75% pot. Now I decide to jam all in, and I want to think, is this a good play or a bad play? Well, we have a lot of factors to consider here. Let's go to notes and to MDA. Well, first we'll look at MDA for this spot. And what do we notice from regulars? This is the field as single raise pot at a position pre-flop raiser in the triple barrel line. We see here that it's over bluffed, but it depends on the flop c-bet sizing. There's a big difference between a bet 30 on the flop in a triple barrel line and a bet 50 and definitely a bet 70. So remember, in this hand, he went around bet 75, and we see if he goes around bet 70, it is a GTO-ish line. That means that he is not over bluffing. This is bad for us to rebluff. So let's go to filtered data and look at some folding frequencies. If I go to filtered data for reg MDA in the bet 30 bet line, and I go to bet 70 on the river, we see it's over bluffed, but we also see folding frequencies. We see them folding 71% of the time to a jam. Now, what is alpha in this spot? Well, alpha in this spot, if you do the math, you figure out you should be getting 67% folds if we assume 100 big blind stacks, because you're risking 87.5 divided by 130.5. So what happens is we get 67% folds in theory, and we're getting 71% folds in practice. So against a bet 30 bet, this is a profitable jam with Queen 10. Let's look at bet 50. Bet 50, we see bet 70 on the river. Bet 50. We see 64%. Now let's do the math on this. Assuming 100 big blind stacks, I did the math, and it's 62% fold. So you're still getting a 2% overfold. But what happens at bet 70 is the range composition changes. They're no longer over bluffing. In order for a rebluff to be good, he has to fold some of the value region. He is not going to be doing that nearly enough because he bet 70 on the flop. He's going to be weighted towards value. This makes bluff jamming when they bet 70 on the flop in the triple barrel line a losing play. But if he had bet 30 or bet 50, it becomes a winning play. This shows you the nuance of poker. So in the hand, I didn't realize this, and I jammed all in, and my opponent tanked and called with ace-king. We see in a solver, this is actually a slight mistake, about a half of a big blind. But the important point to note is that you never bluff this spot because of the flop c-bet sizing. The flop c-bet sizing is the important data point, because we can bluff it profitably versus a bet 30. We can bluff it profitably against a bet 50, but once the bet 70 threshold hits, We now need him to fold his value region, and he's not going to do that nearly enough. He is also weighted towards value because we know it's not overbluffed. So now what we do is we fold our queen 10, but we jam our queen 10 versus bet 30 and bet 50. This hand illustrates the nuance of poker, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoy this type of content, please give me a like, please give me a subscribe. New video every single day, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.